What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Soul Break. Thanks for stopping by my channel. So today I have a delayed W to review, and as you can probably tell, I have the Nike Air Huarache Stussy collab in the Desert Oak colorway. So these released back in February of this year, but I was not able to cop a pair during the first release because I took big L's on all the raffles. But luckily, we had a major restock day on the Nike website in my home country, and I was actually able to cop an extra pair of Fire Red 4s, and then I was actually able to scoop up a pair of the Huarache in my size because other people were kind of like busy trying to cop other pairs off the website because I wasn't really interested in them. But anyways, I'm glad that I finally have this pair in hand, and I'm glad that I could do a review on it. And as you probably know already, this is a pretty iconic model because the Huarache was designed by Tinker Hatfield, and B, this was the first ever collaboration between Nike and Stussy. So I mean, this piece is like history itself, and it's really cool that Nike decided to do a retro after like 20 something years since its first release. So yeah, I'm excited to hold a piece of history in my hands, even though it's just an OG retro. But anyways, let's just dive right into the shoe. Now, as the color code of the shoe suggests, the entire upper of the shoe is constructed using this like brown, tan, or like desert oak nubuck material. And the nubuck material used on this particular model is quite smooth to the touch. And as you can see, there's some color change when I slide my fingers across it. And I mean, it's not anything like premium or anything like that, but it does have that kind of premium feel because it's really smooth to the touch. And I'm quite satisfied with the nubuck material that they've used on this model. Now, that nubuck piece is also outlined by these brown threads all across the border of the nubuck piece. And that nubuck extends all the way toward the front of the shoe here in the toe cap area as well. Now, as you can see, some people have been complaining about the QC of this pair because you can see some like glue marks across the nubuck. But, I'm not complaining too much. I mean, this is just like a pretty relatively cheap shoe considering its retail price. And it is a beater, like a daily shoe, so I mean you're gonna get the nubuck dirty anyways, so I'm not particularly worried about these glue marks anyways. Now on the toe box, you've got this kind of like shiny, kind of creamish, almost like this light gold neoprene material used for the toe box of the shoe. And this material is quite smooth to the touch as well. And then towards the upper of the shoe, you've got this another layer of like neoprene material, and this kind of like almost like light gray or khaki kind of like material with these holes for perforation. And then you got this cream or like off-white cotton laces factory laced onto the shoe. And on the eye stay area you got this like a double line of like lace holes. And I've been told that this is like supposed to give you the opportunity to kind of like it gives you the option to like adjust the laces such that this shoe would fit your feet better. I guess you could, if you have wider feet, you might want to put the laces on the second line of the lace holes and give that get that extra kind of like wiggle room in the shoe. And on the tongue of the shoe, you've got this kind of red rubber tab with the Air Huarache by Nike branding. And then I guess this is the Nike International logo that, Nike kind of like retroed one-to-one just to kind of like keep that OG vibe alive. And, I think it's a really cool touch. It's got that kind of like vintage vibe to it. And then on the inside of the shoe, you've got more of that kind of like cream colored neoprene material used as the sock liner of the shoe. And the insole is this kind of like gray insole with the Nike International logo. And I think I really like that detail because it gives off that kind of like vintage vibe. And I think it's a really cool logo in general. It's kind of different from what we usually see, like the Nike Air branding that we see on like any like Jordan 1 insoles. So it's something different and really cool. And on the mid part of the shoe, you've got more of that neoprene material sticking out in this opening area for the mid panel. And then here you've got that dark olive or kind of like khaki colored, like rubbery plastic material extending from the mid part all the way to the back of the shoe. And I guess this is supposed to provide you some support when you wear this on feet. And then on the back side, you've got this like semi-translucent piece added onto that like olive piece. And then you got the Nike text logo embossed onto that kind of like heel tab, I should say. And I guess this is also supposed to give you some like support in the ankle or like heel area. And then that underneath that, you got that kind of like, once again, that grayish or like khaki kind of like neoprene material with the perforated holes on the back of the shoe. And the medial side is basically the same deal. And then the midsole is this like thick layer of this like Phylon. The color is kind of like off-whitish or cream once again. And then you got these kind of like circular pods all across the midsole. And then you got that Air branding, because I guess this model has some sort of like air unit encapsulated inside the shoe, even though you're not able to see it. But I guess the air was used to, provide more cushioning and comfort to the wearer. And this entire shape is quite funky looking, and but it's supposed to give you like maximum comfort, I guess, because the Huarache is known to be one of the more comfortable models in Nike's entire lineup of shoes. And on the outsole, you've got this kind of like dark olive colored outsole with this kind of like waffle pods, traction pods here, with the flex grooves accented in this cream color. And then on the mid part of the outsole, you've got that Nike Air branding once again with that kind of triangular shape of like this cream rubber material. And yeah, that's basically the entire shoe. The other side of the shoe is basically the same deal. And once again, it's really crazy that I got this kind of delayed W out of nowhere, because I really wasn't like expecting this pair to restock. I know that the resale price isn't like too crazy on this model. It's basically like, it's almost like, I would say like 10-20 bucks on top of retail, and that's basically nothing compared to what other shoes are going for these days. But it is surprising that these shoes aren't hitting numbers, because it is a very important piece in Nike's history, as well as that for like Stussy, because once again, this is the first ever collab between Stussy and Nike. So yeah, sizing wise, I did try this pair on foot, and I rarely say this about shoes, but you really want to go at least a half size up with this shoe. I went true size with this, and it is a little snug, but I don't think I'll be having any problems wearing these. But I would definitely recommend go at least half a size up, and especially if you have like wider feet, you should definitely go a full size up, because these do feel pretty tight on the toe, and yeah, they feel snug. So yeah, that would be my sizing tip. And I rarely say this, but I usually go true size with all my shoes, but please go half a size up for this model. And wearability wise, this is a brown shoe, and it does have a quite of like a funky and kind of chunky look. But as the style images have suggested, you could always wear these with like kind of like gray sweat setups. I think that's what Stussy was kind of intending people to do. You don't have to follow that kind of like styling, but I mean, what I'm trying to say is that this shouldn't be like a really difficult piece to pull off. I mean, you know, Huaraches are after all kind of like running slash lifestyle shoes, so they would pretty like go pretty well with like any sort of like athletic wear or like shorts in the summer. And I would definitely kind of wear these with like, you know, say like sweatpants or maybe like jogger pants when I walk around. And once again, resale wise, it's nothing too special. It's really kind of like basically like near retail price. So if you would like a pretty iconic and historically important kind of like piece in your collection, I think it would be a nice time to kind of spend that extra cash and cop these for resale, because I can't emphasize anymore. You never know when Nike's ever gonna re-release these. I mean, it took them like 20 something years to do their first retro of the original release. So Nike might never come back to this model. But you know, what I'm trying to say is that it's probably gonna take some time if they ever do re-release this model. So yeah, I mean, if you have the chance and if you want these, I think this would be a good time to kind of like grab them for a really good price. Um, right now, I'm kind of debating whether I should keep this pair or like in my collection, because I know this is a very important piece and I really like the looks of this shoe. It's just that it does feel a little snug on my foot, and I'm not really sure if that's the optimal kind of like fit that I want for my shoes. But I'm definitely like leaning towards keeping them, because obviously I got them for like slightly below retail because I have like that automatic 5% discount on my Nike account. So yeah, I mean, whenever I could cop shoes for below retail, I mean, I'm not complaining. This is a very cool piece, and I'm really tempted to keep it in my collection. I'm probably sure that's what I'm gonna end up doing. But you know, a part of me says that, you know, you have way too many shoes, and if they don't fit you that well, it might be a pretty good idea to let them go too. So yeah, I'm debating. You guys could chime in on this if you guys like, you know, have any recommendations. Please leave them down below in the comment sections. I would really like to hear from you guys as well. So yeah, anyways, that's basically it for today. Yeah, and once again, I'm really blessed to have this pair in hand as well. And you know, I've been uploading a lot of like videos lately, and that's the plan for the next few weeks. So yeah, stay tuned for more videos. And if you enjoyed watching this video, please hit that subscribe button. We're really close to that 500 mark, and it would really mean a lot to me if you guys hit that subscribe button. Anyways, thanks for watching.